Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Today I'm just doing a video about my journey through this whole process and moving to Japan. I hope that you guys enjoy. I'm going to be doing some very beautiful videos this weekend of an awesome place we're going. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys enjoy. So when I first heard that we were moving to Japan, I didn't believe Chris. He was in tech school, and so we contacted each other via phone, obviously. And he told me, he's like, all right, today I'm gonna find out like where I'm getting stationed. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna be somewhere in the States, kind of boring, like North Dakota, or who knows. So, I mean, I was kind of hoping for Tacoma because my best friend lives there as well. My parents live up close to there. So, and it's not too far from Portland and everything. So that was one side of me, and the other part of me was like, you know what if we got somewhere so cool, like the United Kingdom or Japan or Italy? Like, we could experience so much, we wouldn't have to pay for it all. Like, that would be so cool. So I kind of had two sides of me, and either way I would think about the other side and how I wish that the other, like my other feelings of like living in Tacoma or the UK would be. So I don't know, it was, when Chris called me, I was sitting for about like 30 minutes and he hadn't called me at all, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is everything okay? Like, where am I gonna live? Oh my, like, this is crazy. Because in the military you find out everything last minute, and it all happens very fast when it does happen. So anyways, I was sitting there and he FaceTimed me and he's like, I'm like, what? He's like, we're going to Japan. And I'm like, he's like, I'm serious. I'm like, you're kidding me. He's like, I'm serious. And right at that moment, I just started bawling. Like, not because I was mad or sad, but I didn't know what to feel. Sorry, the jets are so loud here. But I just didn't know what to feel. Like, I was excited, and then I thought about leaving my parents and my family and my best friend and, you know, my sibling. Like, I thought about everything, my nieces, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I called my mom and I was just bawling. I was like, we're going to Japan. I'm super excited, but I'm gonna miss you. Like, you know, because I'm only 21 years old. I haven't experienced moving. The furthest place I've been is like Canada, Mexico. So I really haven't experienced a lot of different cultures yet. And so sure enough, he came home about a month or so after for leave, and we had our wedding reception, and then right after that it happened so fast. Like, all of a sudden, I didn't even get my plane ticket until 2 days before we left. So we went up to Tacoma to see what day I could leave because we had to pick up my passport, and the guy said, all right, we have one more spot on the plane that Chris is taking on Sunday, and it was Friday. He's like, why don't you just go on that one? And I'm just like, ugh. So sure enough, the ticket was purchased, and I go tell my parents, and my heart is just like shattered. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to leave you guys in 2 days when I didn't think I'd be leaving for another month or so. So it was definitely hard, but at that time, I was so ready to just get out with my husband and finally start a life together. I had been waiting for Chris for almost 8 months, from boot camp all the way through tech school. I saw him about probably 3 times through that whole period, but it wasn't easy. I had to keep myself distracted. I had to start making goals of my own, start planning for where I'm going to go to school here, for what I'm going to major in, just all those little things. And I had to really focus on myself, because if you sit around thinking about how much you miss your significant other and just so sad all the time, it's going to completely shatter you and you're not going to get anywhere. And I had those moments like 100% where I'm like, I just like wish Chris was here. Like life would be so much easier. But it's like, no, like this is not about like you missing your significant other. This is about, you know, you're alone right now. So you need to, you know, have that time for yourself and reflect about who you want to be and what kind of wife, you know, I want to be for my husband. And so it's definitely important when you're not with your significant other, or if he, you know, if he's gone for a long period of time, always have that time for yourself. Take advantage of it. Because one day you're going to be living with him, waking up to him every single day, and it's amazing. But sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, like I just need a second to myself. And every girl can relate. It's just the way marriage is. And I'm completely new to it. I'm completely new to marriage. We just got married just months ago. So I can't say that I'm an expert because I'm still learning. But it is not all butterflies and rainbows at all. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But it's definitely, you have to put forth that effort to be loving, to be unconditional all the time, because if you're not, like, it's not going to create like a successful marriage, you know? And that's something I'm learning as I go, because I go through mood swings. Every girl goes through mood swings where they're just like, oh my gosh, don't talk to me, don't touch me, like everything you do just, you know, makes me angry right now. But you can't live like that. And I mean, we all do. It's just the way life is. And he gets that way too. It's just the way, you know, work is stressful. I get it. So, but when those do happen, just like take a deep breath and think about whether this is going to matter from 5 years, you know, in 5 years. So, okay, so where was I? I talked so much. So we left for Japan after our reception, not after, like we left the week after, and we came here, and oh my gosh, like it was crazy. It was just surreal. Like I was so excited, you know, we wanted to start our life together finally. It had been so long. So we came here, and I just embraced everything. I mean, of course that jet lag is killer the first day, because when we got here on Monday and it was like midnight, my body clock time, and then when we were doing house hunting and whatnot, it was like 3 a.m. my body clock time. It was killer, but we had to get through that first 24 hours, and then finally I got used to it. But yeah, we found our tower. We live in a beautiful tower. I love it. It's very spacious for us, and I know one day when we have kids, it will have an extra room for a child, so that's always good. But yeah, I just embraced everything. We went on a cultural tour, and we learned a lot about the culture, and we went to a shrine. And this weekend we're gonna go to Sendai. It's like, people call it like a mini Tokyo, because it's 2 hours away from here versus 8 hours. But yeah, it's amazing so far, and we have such a beautiful view from our tower. And because the view it shows off base, because we're kind of right near the gate or the fence between on and off base. So I feel so grateful. I feel so beyond grateful that God has blessed me with this opportunity. He's blessed Chris and I with this opportunity. I mean, if it wasn't for Chris, I wouldn't be in Japan. But I'm just trying to count my blessings, because sometimes I get very down and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just miss home. I just want to go home. But it's like, no, this is my home. This is the start of our family. You know, this is, someday we're going to have kids, and that's our family. Chris is my family. So I need to make the absolute best of what I have right in front of me, because if I don't, I'm going to regret it. And I'm having a lot of fun here so far. And we've already met, and Chris has known some people from tech school. So and I met an amazing girlfriend, and there's so many opportunities here. Something I've learned from being here and just moving to somewhere totally new, especially military base, you have to take advantage of opportunities that come to you. It's definitely what you make it. If you come to Misawa Air Base, or any base, I haven't been to all of them, of course, but if you don't have an open mind and don't put your foot in the door and take and take like advantage of the opportunities that are offered, you're probably gonna be miserable. If you stay home all day, then you're not productive in your mind or in your home, you're probably gonna be miserable. You have to, there's so many things here. There's Japanese classes offered, there are cooking classes, there's all kinds of tickets to Tokyo. Like, you can take advantage, because there's so much around you that the world has to offer. But if you don't take advantage, and if you don't put forth that effort, you're not doing anything for yourself. So always remember that. That's something I am learning. I've learned, and I'm still working on, because you have to work on it moment by moment. If you don't work on it, then it's not gonna do anything. Thank you guys so much for listening to my rant and / kind of journey. I know I talk a lot, but I just have a lot to say sometimes. So if you guys would subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. I really appreciate it. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more outdoor videos. It's been very nice lately, and this weekend we're going to go to a very beautiful place. And I just want you guys to know that I'm going to be doing a tour of our tower, but not yet, because it's not ready yet. We have our shipment of furniture coming on Saturday. We're going to be working on some of the furniture, and then I think next month we're going to have the rest of our things come, like our wedding gifts and a lot of pictures we're putting on the wall. So stay tuned, it will come eventually. I just want the house to be like perfect when I film it. So that will definitely be on here within the next month or so. And I want to start doing some recipe things. I have a little life change that I'm going to be making in terms of food very soon, and I might make a video about it, but I'm not sure yet. But stay tuned, because I'll let everybody know when my next video comes out. And yeah, I appreciate you guys listening.